Today's topic is accessing Microsoft Office 365 learning content directly within Microsoft Teams. So exposing the training content that's coming from Microsoft directly within Microsoft Teams software. All right, let me take you into this. Quick introduction. My name is Asif Rahmani. I'm based in Chicago. I serve as the founder and CEO of VisualSP. And just a quick snapshot of my past here. Been an MVP for Microsoft since 2007. And I'm here to tell you about how you can take advantage of the content that's coming from Microsoft directly within Microsoft Teams. So let's get to it. The current challenge: we need our remote workforce trained quickly on Microsoft Office 365 as well as Teams. So how do you do that? What I want to show you today is a very quick demonstration of how you can make that happen very quickly and very easily within Microsoft Teams. In fact, later, if you get a chance, I'm going to show you also how you can get the content, the same content that I'll be showing you that you can see in Microsoft Teams, same content, how you can make it appear within your Office 365 web applications as well. Good news is Microsoft has made tons and tons of good training content available. That's in form of videos and articles and more, tip sheets, stuff like that. The not so good news, unfortunately, is there's no easy way to get access to that content within Microsoft Teams, right? So how do you get access for yourself? How do you provide access to your colleagues, your team within Microsoft Teams? And I'll show you how that's possible. Here's a snapshot of what it would look like when it's deployed. It's the VisualSP app for Microsoft Teams, all right? As you can see over here on the left rail of Teams, VisualSP appears. When a person clicks on it, they see all the training content, all the learning content that's coming from Microsoft directly within Microsoft Teams. Okay, so let's jump right in and I'll show you how this is done. Let me switch from here to Microsoft Teams. Alright, so here's a typical Microsoft Teams environment. It got a bunch of teams, channels, etc. What I'm going to do is go to apps here. Now you may or may not have access to go to the third-party apps or add third-party apps like I'm doing right now. If you do not, please talk to your administrator. Alright, we have information for what I'm about to do right now on our website as well, visualsp.com. So I'm searching for VisualSP. VisualSP app is part of the Teams App Store. Here's what it looks like. Got a video showing exactly what it's about. Got some screenshots here and information down below, right? Now I'm going to click on Add to add this. Once again, if you don't have access to do this thing, tell your admin. When you click on admin, almost immediately you get to this page and it shows you all the content. That's 738 pieces in my case over here that's available to you for free. So this content that I'm going to be showing you over here is coming from Microsoft. Okay, Microsoft is the one that's creating the content, updating it on a regular basis, and we're actually updating all this content within our own application. And yes, this part of it, all that I'm showing you over here, is free. There's no charge for the software. There's no charge for this content. Especially in these times over here, it's really useful to give this content to your users who are working remotely. So Office 365 basics, bunch of the stuff, even information about Access Desktop, and a whole lot more. Now I can just go and page through it, or I can go to the application that I'm interested in. Since I'm in Teams, let me go ahead and go to Teams. Here we go. So there's all these applications in Office 365 available here. I'll click on Teams. And now it's showing me the 51 pieces of content that's available for Microsoft Teams. Yeah. Turn a file into a tab. Let me click on that and see what happens. Here we go. So you got a video. Here we go. And then below that is the actual try it, the article. A clean way to present all this information directly within Teams. I can play it. Mute it for now. So yeah, so that's the video. I can make it full screen as well. There we go. Okay, so that's the actual view into this content from Microsoft Teams. My users would see that directly. You would see that directly when you do that. And whenever you click on one of these things, there's a check mark that appears for you. And that's individual, so for each user that's recognized automatically. As you saw, by the way, there's no login, there's no activation. It just recognizes who you are as a user, and then it just gives you all the content that you have access to. Since this person is a free user, there's no subscription attached to it. It gave this person all the content coming from Microsoft. We do have content that we as VisualSP produce as well. So our customers get content from Microsoft as well as content that we produce. So that's well over 1,500 pieces of content altogether. Let's see, produce a live event. Here we go. Once again, video and some content. There's tons and tons of this stuff that you'll find everywhere. Yeah. If I want to customize this a little bit, this view for myself, I mean, what I'm going to do right now, it doesn't affect anybody else. I already chose a specific application. Maybe let me say, let's group it. Okay. So now it's showing me different things that I can do with Teams. Get started with Teams, explore apps and tools, Microsoft Meetings, Microsoft Teams, Microsoft Meetings. Once again, I can go to any of these things, check it out. Then once, if I want to share one of these things with a colleague, I can click on this link over here and see this. The link for that particular one has been copied now in my clipboard. I can send it to them and they'll get the exact same this content through that link. All right. Okay, let me actually now go to some other applications, show you. For example, if I want to see information about OneDrive, here's all the OneDrive basics, share files and folders, etc. Let's go to Power Apps. A bunch of stuff about Power Apps here as well. Okay, a lot of content available. Now, some of this content, just as a disclaimer, like the Power Apps content is not coming from Microsoft. It's coming from IW Mentor, who happens to be our content partner. So Laura Rogers at IW Mentor is the one that's provided this. We're going to be adding content from all these different providers within our application. So you get all this content, you know, day one directly as you get going. Okay. So please help spread this word and tell others about this as well. Now, how do you get to this thing once it's installed? It's right here, VisualSP. If you don't get that experience right away, then it's going to be in this ellipses. You can pin anything from the ellipses by right-clicking it and clicking on pin. So that's what happened here. Let me, oh, actually this is not pinned yet. So if I went to something else, probably would go away. Yeah, it's actually not pinned yet. Let me show you how to pin it. So I'll go to ellipses and here it is, right-click and pin. So then it appears right there. And then users can get to this immediately. Okay, see the modifications that I made before, the grouping that I did, the application that I picked, everything went away. Now, if you want to keep a specific view of how you want things to be, for example, let's take all the Excel Online application stuff, okay? And I'm going to go ahead, choose this group, put this over here as well, and then maybe let's do something else, one more thing. I'll do a search for chart, just the word chart. Okay, so I got 6 items. I like this view the way it is right now, and I want this to be available to my team members. So I would take the link to this, okay, and I would go to, let's say, a team, just go to a channel. Let's go here, that's fine. Click on the plus sign. Something I didn't show you yet is you could click on the VisualSP app and it will give you just a default view of VisualSP, which I'll do in a second also. But for now, I'm going to click on the website here. And then here I'm going to say Excel Online. All right, or Excel Online Training. How about that? Okay. You can do that too. Actually post to the channel about the addition. Click on Save. And here it is, Excel Online Training. Yeah. Now, don't worry about this. This would actually all be viewable. But this way, I get access to all the content directly within a tab by doing this. Yeah. I can also click on plus over here, click on VisualSP, and this way I'm just installing the app directly. Post to a channel about this tab. Sure, save. Okay, now I'm getting the exact same view that I had before directly, right? So before it was through here, now I'm actually putting a tab here, and I can just maybe rename the tab because people might not know what VisualSP is for users, you know, right? So how about this? Office 365 training. That should do it. Here it is, just like that. Okay. Actually, one thing I forgot to show you here is that when you have clicked on a bunch of different things and it knows what you have visited over here, you can always click on this check mark here, and this will show you all the content that you've already seen. So it's easy to review that content. That works on a personal basis by person to person. Okay, so everybody can check that out. All right, one last thing in here that I want to show you guys. That is when I am in, let's say, chat, which is right here, or I'm in posts right there. There's an easy way to provide somebody a link to a piece of training content. So if I want to share a training content, there's the icon for VisualSP right here. I would click on this and then say, okay, Microsoft Word. Add word art to a slide. Great. Let me click on the link. Now, if I clicked on this, by the way, it would show me the actual training item, but instead I'll click on this link. And here we go. Check out word art to a slide. Press enter, and now I have provided a link to that specific content item to my colleagues. Okay, let me see if I forgot anything. So as I mentioned before, once you install this, very quick, no login, no activation, it just works, knows who you are, it goes from that. It has 670 some pieces of content, as I mentioned before, all updated and directly, actually 700 and some, sorry about that, pieces of content that's already coming from Microsoft and other content partners that are providing for free. Updated on a weekly basis by us, content on all different applications as you see over here for Office 365, and we'll be adding some other content as well over here, but currently it's just Office 365 content. Okay. There are premium features to this as well. There's ways to modify the content, create your own content, view the analytics, and more, and I'll show you some of that in just a few minutes over here before. Okay. Let me go back to the slide deck over here. Okay, we'll continue to the slide here. We'll continue to add additional content as Microsoft releases it in future releases, and other things also. As additional features, additional content is released, we're going to be putting that into our VisualSP software as well. All right, let's go through some common, frequently asked questions that come from folks like yourselves. So, is there any cost associated with this? As I mentioned, there is no cost associated with what I've shown you so far. The Microsoft Learning content, the Microsoft Training content is the one that's provided through VisualSP's partnership with Microsoft. We have an official partnership with Microsoft Learning Pathways and Microsoft training content providers. So when content gets put out, we consume it, and that's what the partnership is all about. Okay. How often do we keep the content updated? I mentioned this before, that the content is updated on a weekly basis. Now, if you want to change and control what is being shown to users, there is a premium version, as I was saying before, of VisualSP that lets you customize content, view analytics, and more. And I'll show you that as well in a little bit. Are there other languages supported? Yes, we'll be supporting 10 languages altogether pretty soon, and that should be coming out very soon. So that's going to be English, Spanish, French, German, Italian, Dutch, Chinese, Japanese, Portuguese, and Russian. The way that's going to work is when you install the application within Teams or what I'm going to show you a little later is when you have it in the web browser. Depending on the language, the locale that you have your own computer, your own browser set up as, automatically it's going to start showing you content that's available in that language. There's no configuration or anything else involved. It's just depending on the user's settings, it will show content in that settings. Okay, so there is, like I mentioned, a premium version that has access to usage analytics, ability to customize, create your own training content, additional premium content packs, and then also full online and phone support on that. Now, the original Microsoft content obviously comes without any support, but we provide support on all that stuff as well. So if the configuration or anything else is an issue, we provide support for that. Here's a quick pricing for that if you're interested. So that's the cost per user per month. Up to 100 is $1.65 United States USD per user per month. And then $250, $13, and then it just keeps on going depending on if you have more volume. Okay. Once again, this is the premium version that I'm talking about here. What I've shown you before is all free, the free version of it for Microsoft coming in. But if you do want these additional features, then that's the cost for that. All right, here's the call to action. You can download the free version of Microsoft Teams right there, bit.ly VSP Teams. You can reach out also for this information for the premium version, which I do want to show that to you just now, right now, but wanted to put up the slide first. info@visualsp.com is where you can go and ask for more information if you like. You can also go to the website as well, visualsp.com, and you'll see a lot of information over there about that. Okay. All right, let me dive in and show you the premium version of the application as well. Let me open up a web browser. Okay, so within the web browser, just like I've shown you before, that the content that was coming in Teams from Microsoft, from other content partners, could be brought into the web browser here as well. And here's what it looks like. So it's got the Need Help tab. That's our tab that gets put in once VisualSP is installed. This tab itself can be moved around anywhere you want it to be. Okay. A user themselves can move it, so it's not in the way. The admin can move it by default wherever they want it to be. The text can be customized. The icon can be customized. You can even make it smaller, customize the tab. When I click on it, it gives me all the content that's relevant to the context I'm in. So I'm in OneDrive right now. It's showing me all the content for OneDrive. Let me click on one of these. What is OneDrive? The same format. Doesn't have the header, doesn't have the footer, just the content. Nice and clean. Got the video, you got the article underneath it, whatever you need to be successful as a user. It's right there. Okay. Create and edit documents. Here we go. And more. Lots of stuff over here that you'll see. Alright, so if I go from OneDrive to a different place here, let me go to, what's a good place? I'll go to Planner. Why not? Planner is one of those applications that many people don't understand, but once they understand it, there's a lot of good stuff you could do with it. Right? I'll go here, need help. Here's guidance on Planner. Okay, very specific information that's coming specifically about Planner here. Now if I'm looking for something that's not here, let's say something Excel related, if I type it in and search, I would have to click on search the full library because it's not here in context, but it's going to show me the back end, the same kind of view that you saw before. It's right here. That you saw in Teams is right here as well, and now it's showing me Excel specific content. Here we go. Okay. All right. So speaking of specific premium features of how you create content and all, let me show you how you do that. Let's say I wanted to point to something like welcome Megan Bowen. I can make a walkthrough for that easily. So when a user comes back or comes to this Planner for the first time, because Planner is one of those applications that many people don't understand, like I was saying, they'll be welcomed with a walkthrough or a video or whatever you want it to be. So I would go into enable edit mode, make a new help item, and here's all the different types of help items we can make. I've been showing you a lot of web page type and a lot of video type help items, but this time we're going to do walkthrough. So I'll click on walkthrough here, put in a title, welcome walkthrough, or something like that. Select an element on the page, and I want this right here to be selected, so use that. And just by what I've done so far, if I click on preview, here's my walkthrough. Okay, so welcome walkthrough in this case. So these type of walkthroughs, these bubbles that you can make, and you can make several steps over here, by the way, you can make that for people so they come in and they see exactly, you know, what they should be looking at, you know, what they should be doing. I think this would be a good one. All plans, use it. Step 2, and this one, view all your plans. And I've not even done anything in the content, by the way. There's a content area which supports videos, screenshots, animated images. You can have all kinds of content in here that you can put in. I'll just put in the word content so you know where this appears. And I'll do one more thing. Advanced properties, I'll add a border. Okay, the border could be any color too. Do a preview walkthrough. Here it is. And here it is. Okay, so that's how I'm making my own content, additional content. And as I mentioned, you can have this particular thing up here automatically. You can have it so it's in the actual tab, the VisualSP tab right here. People can click on it, or there's other options too. I'll just call this test for right now. I'll put it into the overview group, so that's fine. Here's the auto show on load feature, which if I had set this, let's say, to number 1, this would mean the first time that somebody comes to this particular page that I'm at right here, automatically this walkthrough would show and welcome them. Okay, then I can have additional ones, so I can say 1 to 10, maybe the first 10 times if I wanted to make that happen. Lots of features in here. I'm not going to go through all of them over here, obviously, but there's a lot you can do. Let me actually save this here and show you one more thing. Okay, so currently, see this is blinking here. That means the walkthrough is in here, overview, and this one that we just made. Okay, if I wanted this one to be accessible not just by clicking on this like that, but I want it to be right here on the interface, here's what I would do. Let me edit this and enable something called the inline help. This is exactly what inline help looks like. Actually, this is just a quick inline help circle, which the letter could be whatever you want it to be. Let me click on yes, select an element, and I'll put it right by the name of the person. So they would see it right there. Use it. And I'll actually customize it further. So current icon looks like this, which is nice and subdued. In fact, you know what? Let me save it like that first. Show you what it looks like. Here we go. What it acts like, and I'll change it after. So I click on this, and it's welcoming me, letting me know whatever I need to know. Okay. But if I want this to really stand out, if I want this to be in their face, so here's what I would do. I'm going to edit in there again. And I'll customize the icon, change that to, let's make it maybe green. That's really going to stand out like that. And I'll make this an informational icon, and I can change the text color as well, which I won't go into right now. Let me click on save, close it, and here it is. Very, very easy to make these inline help icons, make walkthroughs, and more. Okay, now let's look at the analytics of all this stuff. So all this is happening in the premium version. It shows exactly who is doing what and what's happening. So if I click on view analytics, here's the back-end view showing me exactly which applications people have been clicking help on. So OneDrive, Calendar, Word Online, Excel Online, etc. Here's another way of looking at it. Okay. Aside from the clicks by help item, there's clicks by browser, the different browsers that are being used right now. Chrome by far is the most. Then after that is Chrome Mobile and Microsoft Edge, and then Firefox. Clicks by viewer, media type, the different type of media that's being used. Walkthrough is what I was just showing before, but there's obviously many other types of media. The different users. This can be anonymized as well. So some of our customers keep this like that to have the email being shown. Others like to anonymize it. Okay. Clicks by URL. Exactly where people are clicking on help, so you know where help is needed. And then the actual help items that are being clicked. Right. So these are the help items I was showing you before. Let me click on one of them. What is SharePoint Online? You could see exactly which help items are being used and how much it's being used. And you can even expand this further to see who are the users that are clicking on each help item. So a lot of reporting you can get from that. Sorry, it's taking a little bit longer than expected this time. Here we go. All right, and then searches. Obviously these are all just sample searches here, but there'll be much better searches by people looking for specific information. So you know what they're looking for, you can actually provide them the content that if it's not already in the library. Okay, and then there's many different things that you can do in terms of managing users, managing permissions of the applications, and more. All right, and as I mentioned, the analytics, the addition, creation, editing of content, as well as the full support that we provide, and additional content also that we have. There's a bunch of content altogether that you would get with that, with VisualSP. Let me see, I think this one has a complete set here. Okay, it's not complete, but it's almost there, 1,375 items in this particular content set. So that's our content as well as Microsoft's content all coming in together that you can customize, that you can show to users. Okay, so that does it for the demo in this case. Let me go back here and put up the slide again one more time. So as I was saying before, you can download the Microsoft Teams version right here with this link. You can reach out to us for information if you like at info@visualsp.com about the premium version. And you can also find information at www.visualsp.com about the different applications that we offer. Okay, hope this has been helpful to you. Thanks very much and have a great day.